Pork steaks are a signature of St. Louis-style barbecue, grilled in backyards across the region. The cut, thin steaks carved from a part of the pork shoulder referred to as the Boston butt is rarely found outside of the Midwest. The prevalence of the pork steak in local butcher cases is no surprise considering the cut was popularized in St. Louis by Schnucks Market in the late 50s. Don and Ed Schnuck, second-generation owners, first offered the pork steaks in stores as an inexpensive cut of meat that people could barbecue. The Boston butt is generally used for roast and sausage, but Don and Ed recognized that half-inch steaks cut from this area performed great on the grill.
Well, it goes from St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks so pretty, you see. Amarillo,
So step one, I'm going to go ahead and light the charcoal briquettes, and I like to use the briquettes that already have the lighter fluid in it, and you just light the bag. You mount them up in the middle so that the bottom ones stoke the top ones, and then once they're all white hot, then you can spread it out and get even heat, but for now we'll just leave it. You're supposed to just light this bag and it takes care of everything, but I'll go ahead and light it all over the place. Really windy tonight, so I'm hoping this takes pretty easy. Okay, so while we're waiting for the fire to get the charcoal briquettes going, we're going to go ahead and season the meat, and then we're going to get the sauce started, and we have plenty of time to do that. The main thing we want to do is just throw some spices on the meat. Wash our hands in between so we don't get too much cross-contamination. And my choice of spices are simple. Like a little garlic powder. And then I like a good dusting of paprika that gives it a nice smoky flavor. But a good dusting of paprika helps to break down the meat. And then garlic, not too much, but a good amount, gives a little bit of flavor. Already tell that this part is going to curl up, so we try to cut that little piece of fat right here, and that will keep it from curling up so much. Now, I like to use the Sweet Baby Ray's, just regular barbecue sauce. It's thick. It's got a sweet taste to it, but what I like to do on top of that, when I get it all going, I like to, forgive the rude noises that the bottle's making, but I like to put soda in with it. It cuts the sweetness a little bit, but it also adds to it carbonation. And when we get done with the grill, we won't put this directly on the meat, we'll put the meat inside the sauce and let it cook. And we'll let it cook for a half hour, and it will literally fall off the bone. When I take the Coke and I just try to clean on the inside of the bottle there, it makes all kinds of noises. Pour that in, I'm going to turn the heat on. A little bit more of the soda in, not to make it too thin. And if I make it too thin, I've got some more sauce in the refrigerator I can put in there. The coals are hot, the grill is hot, the grate is hot. If the grate is not hot, the meat will stick to the grate, so you got to get it at a really nice temperature. Blistering hot, you can't. And what we'll do, we'll put this down, and the best way to cook pork steaks is to continually flip. They only take about 15 minutes to cook, but that really is dependent on how well you turn it. Once we get them cooked, we'll bring them in, cut them up into a little bit smaller pieces, and put it in the sauce. Alright, so I've got them in the sauce. I'm going to let it break down the meat. The sauce will boil, and with the carbonation and the soda in the sauce already, it's going to help to break down the meat.